All right, guys, welcome back to the video. Just want to say thanks for stopping by. Got a pretty cool revolver I think you're going to enjoy today. What I've got with me is the Cimarron U.S. Cavalry model. This is going to be a Colt single action Army clone or reproduction, if you like, chambered in .45 Colt as they originally were. Cimarron refers to this as their Henry Nettleton edition. Henry Nettleton, for those that don't know, was a U.S. Ordnance Inspector back in the day. He inspected roughly 3,000 of the first generation Colt single action armies, and the single action armies bearing his inspector's mark today are quite sought after on the collector's market, which makes them quite expensive. So it's pretty cool to see Cimarron producing a faithful reproduction that is affordable, such as this. By comparison, these will run you roughly $700 or so, plus or minus tax and shipping. I paid $700-ish for this before shipping through Palmetto State Armory, and I believe it was about $760 shipped. So full disclosure, I did buy this with my own money. Palmetto State did not send it out for review, so I did purchase it on my own. Like I said, roughly $760 delivered and everything, guys. But again, it is a Henry Nettleton edition. What makes it so is it bears Henry Nettleton's inspector's mark on the right side grip panel here, also on the left side grip. We're also going to have various inspector's marks of his on the back strap, trigger guard, cylinder, hammer, barrel right up under here. It's going to have all the faithful markings. Really, really nice to see. This is also a black powder frame revolver, guys. Hopefully you can see that bullseye ejector there, perhaps. Nice and round. We're also going to have the screw, retaining screw for the cylinder pin. Hopefully you can see that right there. And my favorite thing, a true 4-click hammer. 1, 2, 3, 4, just as they should be, guys. True 4-click. Really happy to see that there. Cimarron has these built by Pieta over in Italy, and they import them to the United States, and they finish them over in Fredericksburg, Texas. Just a really beautiful revolver. Got some really nice color case hardening on that frame there. Hopefully you can see. The wood grips are pretty nice as well. They don't have the typical kind of red color that you see from a lot of the Italian replicas. It's really a nice look. It looks pretty nice out here in the sun. Hopefully you guys can see that. This is a 7.5-inch gun for those of you that are wondering. Have not fired it yet either. You're going to see the first shots here on camera. I've got some 250 grain Georgia Arms ammunition we're going to shoot through it. And then I've got some of my hand-loaded black powder loads as well. Going to be running through it. We're at about 20 yards. I've got some steel and some paper targets set up there. So I'm going to wrap up the talking here. Going to load it up. We're going to take the first shots. Let you guys check it out with me. All right, guys, I got the Henry Nettleton Cimarron loaded up with 5 rounds of the Georgia Arms, .45 Colt, 250 grain ammo here. We're going to send these 5 down at some paper I've got down there on the target stand. I've got the GoPro set up so you guys can keep an eye on the hits. I'm going to take these first 5 shots two-hand just so I can get an idea of the accuracy on the revolver. And then we'll switch over, take a few shots on the steel and shoot some other stuff. Let me get my other ear in right quick. We'll send these 5 down range on the paper and see how we do. Here we go. Shoots a little high there. All right, guys, that's all 5. You can see it before I can, but it looks to me like the revolver shoots a little high and left. So I'm going to have to compensate for that. But let me throw some more rounds in here. We'll try some steel out, guys. So far, she shoots pretty nice. All right, guys, I'm loaded up with 5 more rounds of that Georgia Arms 250 grain. We're going to try these shots one hand. We're going to see what we can do with the steel down there. It's definitely hitting high and to the left, so I'm going to try a lower right-hand hold and see how we fare. Also got the target cam set up down there for you, so you'll be able to keep up with what we're hitting or what we're missing. Let's go ahead and see what we can do. We get the other ear in. 5 shots one hand. Here we go. One miss. The other one's hard to see. All right, guys, so we did get 4 of the 5 right there. Definitely hitting high and to the left for sure. I'm holding on the bottom right-hand corner of the target, sometimes a little bit below to try to hit it. I'm going to go ahead and throw some black powder in there, see how we do. See how long we can keep that cylinder free spinning. The black powder tends to foul up the cylinder pin and make it stop spinning freely, but we'll see what we can do. Let's get it loaded up, guys. All right, guys, this time I've got 5 rounds of my hand-loaded black powder, .45 Colt in here. This is a 250 grain bullet sitting on top of 35 grains of 3F, I believe is what I've got in here right now. I'm about to get back out here with some 255 grain bullets. I didn't have any cast up, but I've repositioned the target cam. We're going to take these first 5 on the target down there on the paper and see how she hits with the black powder. Sometimes it can change the point of impact a little bit between the smokeless and the black. So let's see what we get, guys. Should be a lot more smoky this time. Hope you guys enjoy this as much as I do. 5 shots black powder. 1 hand. Let's try 2 hands. Let's see. All right, guys, there's 5 rounds of black powder. It looks to me like what I can see from here. You guys will be able to see it before I can, but it looks to me like we're still shooting to the left and a little high. So I didn't change it that much. So I'm going to go ahead and clear these out. We're going to switch over to shooting some steel with the black powder and see how she does. But quite smoky. I sure do love that smell, guys. All right, guys, I got 5 more rounds of the black powder 45 Colt loaded up. We're going to try some one-handed shots on the steel this time and see what we're doing. Do have the target cam down there. It has shut itself off a couple of times because of the heat, so hopefully it won't do that. But if the footage isn't there, that's why, so I apologize. But 5 rounds, 45 Colt, black powder, about 15 yards. See what we can do. Got to try to remember to aim low and right. Here we go, guys. 1. Skin that one. If I can hit this one over here. All right, guys, not too bad once you learn where the hold is. It's kind of strange when the target, if we got the target here, I'm having to aim roughly right here. So it does kind of play with your mind a little bit, but sometimes you got to do that, especially with these revolvers when there's no adjustment on the sights. All you can do is kind of follow the front, but it does shoot really well. Okay, I'm going to load up 5 more of those and do it again. Shooting that black powder is so much fun, guys. The cylinder is starting to get a little resistance on it, but not terrible. I didn't treat the cylinder pin or anything intentionally. I just kind of wanted to see how it's doing, but it's not too bad. That's 2 cylinders full of black powder so far, so not too bad. But let's throw 5 more in there and give it a shot, guys. Gotta love black powder. All right, guys, I got 5 more rounds of the black powder 45 Colt loaded back up in this Henry Nettleton Cimarron right here. Gonna send those down range, but before I do, I just wanted to share some thoughts with you. Highly recommend the revolver, guys. It's super nice. Great attention to detail. As I mentioned before, shoots great. Just make sure you use some of that Kentucky windage if yours is like mine. Shoots a little high into the left, but not a big deal. As Hickok says, we can just borrow some of Kentucky's windage and it'll be fine. So we'll just do that, guys. Not a big deal. Shoots great with smokeless and black powder. I do recommend if you have access to black powder or if you can load your own like me, I would definitely recommend shooting them with that. Super historical. Really nice, guys. Just kind of nice to be able to have that feel of like our ancestors did. Some of us that have family that may have carried these, used these. It's really nice to kind of be able to have that connection. Pretty cool. Gotta love the smell of black powder when you're out here shooting it, guys. Just really a great experience. Until you've done it, you really can't relate. You really got to try it sometime. But anyway, if you guys enjoy this kind of content, revolvers, black powder, older guns, a couple of channels I want to recommend. A lot of you probably already watch one of these channels. It's going to be Duelist 1954, Mike Bellevue. Super awesome guy. I've learned a lot from him over the years. I watched a lot of his videos. He should be a lot bigger than he is as far as the subscriber count. The guy's great. Does a lot of videos on revolvers, rifles, single actions, double actions, black powder, smokeless, all kind of stuff, guys. Highly recommend checking him out. That's Duelist 1954 here on YouTube. Awesome guy. Another channel I recommend is going to be Plowboy's Ghost. He's out of Alabama. The guy is really cool. Don't know him personally, but I watch all of his videos. He's really interesting to listen to. He does a lot of single action, double action revolvers. Every once in a while I'll have a semi-auto on there, but he's really a revolver guy. He likes single action rifles as well, like lever actions. A lot of black powder stuff on there also, guys. He's really into shooting heavy, big bore revolvers as well. Definitely recommend checking him out. That's Plowboy's Ghost here on YouTube. He deserves way more subscribers than he has. Run over there and check him out when you can. Also, don't forget to check out the Amazon shop to find all the targets and stuff we use here. But without anything else, guys, I'm going to send these 5 down range and let you get out of here. Let's see if we can make it happen for the last 5 shots. Single hand. 1 miss, of course. 2 misses. All right, guys, well, 3 of 5 isn't terrible. That cylinder's starting to get pretty sticky, so we're going to go ahead and get out of here. I'm going to let you guys go. Really appreciate you watching the video. Check out the Cimarron U.S. Cavalry model, Henry Nettleton 45 Colt Single Action Army. Go check one out, guys. Super nice revolver. check back frequently for more content. Appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Catch you guys on the next one.